Welcome back to Entertainment on Point. I'm your host, Miss Alexus.
And I'm your host, Hannah Bazet. From lawsuits, breakups, and dating rumors, we have quite the show for you. But first, let's kick it off with this week's top stories.
There have been rumors going around that Gisele Bündchen, Brazilian supermodel, is dating her and her children's martial arts instructor, Joaquim Valente. The two have been spotted together in Brazil and Costa Rica following the divorce Bündchen had with Brady in October 2022. Brady and Bündchen have two kids together, their son Benjamin, who is 13 years old, and their daughter Vivian Lake, who is 10 years old. Bündchen addressed the rumors in her Vanity Fair interview, said, quote, "I think at this point, unfortunately, because I'm divorced, I'm sure that they're going to try to attach me to anything. I'm so grateful to know all of them, because not only have they helped me and my kids, but they have become great friends, and Joaquim especially. He's our teacher, and most importantly, he's a person that I admire and that I trust. It's so good to have that kind of energy, to have my kids around, that type of energy. I have zero relationship with him in any way. He's Tom's friend, not my friend. I wouldn't be with his friend. I wouldn't be with this guy. They were saying I'm with this guy, he's old because he got money. It's ridiculous. Who benefits from this? Why would somebody plant something like this? There's only one reason. They want to make me look like something I'm not." End quote. Bündchen's Vanity Fair issue will be released on April 4th. So how do you feel about Gisele and now everyone is trying to attack her and accuse her of dating Joaquim?
I feel like that's kind of just like being a woman, unfortunately, but that always is what happens. Like, celebrity couples break up and no one ever cares about like what the man's doing. It's always on the woman. And she says that there's no relationship there, so I guess we just have to believe her. I mean, obviously he's like a big part of her kid's life. At least that's what I took from what she said. So naturally she's gonna, you know, I guess be around him often if he is a nice person. I liked how she said that like it was Tom's friend, not hers, and she wouldn't do that. I thought that was nice too. And I mean, Tom and Gisele were together for a really, really, really long time, so I can't really imagine she would just divorce him and then hop to the next relationship. I mean, if that's what she wants to do, that's her business, you know. But they were together for so long. I can't really imagine it's just that simple for her. So I don't know. What did you think?
I felt like I agreed with her. Now that she's divorced, everyone is just like, oh, now I heard that she was dating her neighbor. There was a rumor saying that she was dating her neighbor and then now Joaquim. So I really definitely feel like social media is just being social media like always.
Yeah. There's trouble in paradise. Netflix's hit show Outer Banks allegedly stole characters from an already published novel, and now the author is seeking revenge. Author Jeff Wilson, who wrote the book Queen Anne's Revenge, is suing Netflix after major similarities between the book and the show's plot and characters. According to TMZ, the lawsuit claims that in 2013, Wilson published his novel that, quote, follows four friends on a treasure hunt from a famous shipwreck near the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Wilson also claims his book was promoted on the Discover and History channels, and that the Outer Banks creator Jonas Pate had confessed that he had looked at books and authors for inspiration to write the show that we all love. Along with the plot of the book and show, Wilson also says that the main character and their character descriptions and personalities are spot on to his characters in the book. He even claims that the settings are very similar. Wilson is suing Netflix for copyright infringement. He wants Netflix to give him any profits they have made by copying his book and wants Netflix to stop advertising Outer Banks. TMZ reached out to Netflix for comment, but they have not responded. So I actually did some research on this because I wanted to know how similar the book and the show actually were. So this was so I'm going to read these to you. You tell me what you think. So this is an excerpt that I got from Amazon in the description of the book. So this is the first line of the excerpt. In 1996, Intersol Incorporated made one of the most important maritime discoveries in history when they located the infamous Queen Anne's Revenge buried in shallow water off of the coast of North Carolina. So that's the first thing. That's from the book Queen Anne's Revenge by Jeff Wilson, right? So obviously the plot of Outer Banks is 4 kids in the Outer Banks who are looking for gold, basically. All right, so here are other similarities I found. So besides the fact that the show takes place in Outer Banks, North Carolina, the book also takes place in in North Carolina. They don't specifically say Outer Banks in the description. Here's some other similarities I found. The name of the boat that they're searching on the show is called the Royal Merchant. In the book, it's called Queen Anne's Revenge, but they're both slave vessels. So that's interesting. In the description, they touch on some characters. So the character Rose in the book and the character Pope in the show both are descendants from members on the ship, which is, again, kind of interesting. And then this is the one that kind of blew my mind and set me, and I was like, oh yeah, like he had to have copied it. So this is another excerpt from the description, and then I'll get to it. So, as Sophie unravels the tapestry of elves to Blackbeard's real life, she also discovers the truth concerning the disappearance of her father. So Sophie and John B from the show, which is like basically what the whole show's about. The John B's dad is like gold crazy and goes missing searching for this gold. The same thing happened to Sophie in the book's dad. So it seems a little, I don't know, it's a little weird. There is so many similarities there. And then when I was doing more research, I found out that it's also 4 friends. And then I totally forgot this, but then when I was talking to another person, they had mentioned that at the very end of season 3, they talk about the mystery of Blackbeard, and that's what season 4 is going to be about, them searching for Blackbeard's gold. That's literally the name of the ship, of the man who was steering the ship that crashed, Blackbeard. So I don't know. It seems pretty, I mean,
that was spot on, Hannah.
I'm thinking that he copied the.
Oh no,
the
we
book.
got a detective here. Hold up.
I had to look into it because I am an Outer Banks fan, and when I saw that, I was like, I need to do some additional research here. But as someone who likes the show Outer Banks, it would seem that the author copied, or the creator of the show, Jonas, copied this book. So what do you think? Based off everything I said in the story, what do you think?
I definitely believe you. Like, that's kind of crazy, like, spot on. And, like, you can tell he just changed it by switching the characters. In the book, it was females, but now in the TV show, it's a male. And, like, that's definitely spot on. I hope the author gets all his credit, everything that the person from the TV show took from him. Like, that is really crazy. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
It is super spot on. I definitely think that it was copied. So, I don't know.
We'll have to see what happens.
We'll have to see.
The Titi Me Pregunto star Bad Bunny is being sued by ex-girlfriend Carlise de la Cruz Hernandez for using a recording of her voice in her music without her permission. The voice recording is heard in his songs Pa Ti and 2016. De la Cruz is asking for $40 million. The lawsuit says since then, thousands of people have commented directly on Carli's social media networks, as well as every time she goes to a public place about the Bad Bunny baby. This has caused and currently causes that De La Cruz feels worried, anguished, intimidated, overwhelmed, and anxious, end quote. The two began dating in 2011 and attended college together. According to the lawsuit, Bad Bunny will write songs and sought her input during this time period. He asked her to record herself saying Bad Bunny Baby around 2015. Then the couple broke up in 2017. Bad Bunny's team reached out to De La Cruz multiple times to seek her permission, but she never gave consent. She also declined the offer from his team to give her $2,000 to buy the recording and to discuss a contract for licensing her voice. Bad Bunny had won over Grammys on Dos Mil, which features Bad Bunny, the recording. According to the lawsuit, it says, quote, since De La Cruz made it clear that she did not consent to its publication, an act of gross bad faith, and war still an attack on their privacy, morals, and dignity, since all parties had and still have knowledge of these facts and even so decided to be reckless and break the law. Likewise, the publication of the song Dos Mil 16 without the consent of Carlise was carried out intentionally, in bad faith and for profit, end quote. Bad Bunny's career took off in 2018 when he was featured on the song I Like It with Cardi B. He has earned 3 Grammy Awards, 4 Latin Grammy Awards, 8 Billboard Music Awards, and more. He also landed on Forbes' list of highest paid entertainers of 2022. Now, EO peeps, we must wait and see how this lawsuit plays out for Bad Bunny. So, Bad Bunny, he's dating Kendall Jenner, and he recently made a little diss about her ex. I believe she was dating Devin Booker.
Yeah.
And then now he's using another ex, and in his music, like, how do you feel?
I feel like this whole thing could have really been avoided.
Yeah.
Like
$2,000. He only offered her
Yeah.
$2,000, and he won Grammys.
Yeah.
Like, that song is booming for Bad Bunny, and only $2,000.
Yeah, only $2,000. I'm just thinking, like, how hard would it have been? Like, obviously, if the team reached out that many times to try and get her to do it, and every time she was like, no, I'm not sending you it, or I'm not giving you permission to do it, how hard would it have been to find another girl to, like, say Bad Bunny baby? I mean, come on. Like, I'm trying to think ahead here. And I'm like, how many girls? I mean, if Bad Bunny DM'd you, and he was like, Miss Alexus, will you send me a voice recording of you saying Bad Bunny baby? Would you do it? Would you do it for the right amount? I feel like you would. I just feel like this whole thing could have been avoided. Now there's this big lawsuit and all this drama, and he probably could have either just like not used it or just found another girl to do it. But whatever.
You're totally right. Like, I hope she gets her money.
Yeah, I mean, I hope.
Do you think $40 million is a lot?
$40 million? Yeah, I do.
Do you think she's asking for a lot?
I do kind of feel like she is, but also if the song really was that popular, I don't know. It does kind of seem weird though, because it's like, I mean, $2,000. I guess that's not that much from the jump, but to go from 2,000 to 40 million, that's a huge difference. So I don't know. I guess it depends. I'd have to look at the numbers and see like how much in money how much revenue he's made from the song, like how much he gets from streaming. I'd really have to sit down and do the math there. I'm sure someone did, and that's how they came to the $40 million amount. But we'll see. I hope she gets what she wants, and hopefully he learns for the future. Gwyneth Paltrow's trial has begun after she was accused of a ski and run back in February of 2016. The actor is being sued by 76-year-old Terry Sanderson, who claims Paltrow struck him on the slopes and caused him to have suffered physical and mental injuries. When the lawsuit was officially filed back in 2019, 3 years after the accident occurred, Sanderson was seeking $3 million in damages, but that amount has now been reduced to $300,000 after a judge dismissed some of Sanderson's claims. Sanderson claims that after Paltrow and him collided, he went to the emergency room where he was treated for a concussion and broken ribs sustained in the crash. Sanderson's 2019 filing claims that Paltrow skied into him from behind, quote, knocking him down, landing on top of him, and causing him to suffer concussion, brain injury, and 4 broken ribs, end quote. Both Sanderson and Paltrow admit to crashing into each other, but neither one of them will take fault for the crash. According to Vulture, the individual who is further down the hill at the time of the accident has the right of way and is therefore considered the victim. Now the respective attorneys are working to prove that the other one was actually at fault. Paltrow has since countersued Sanderson for $1 in damages and attorney fees, saying he rammed into her actually. Sanderson's legal team is accusing Paltrow of using her celebrity status to try and get above the law. Sanderson's attorney also said that she hired multiple ski instructors for her children, which allowed them to skip the lines, and how private instructors cost thousands of dollars a day. Paltrow will take the stand on March 24th, and her 2 children, Apple and Moses, as well as her husband, Brad Falchuk, testified on March 22nd. We will have to see what the outcome of the trial is in the coming weeks. So, what do you think about this? Do you think that she possibly ran into him and now she's just trying to, like, cover it up?
Yeah, I definitely believe so. With a situation like that, like, she's famous, she has money, she has a career to uphold. Yeah. I feel like she'll try to use anything in her advantage to make sure she doesn't seem fault. at this situation. What about you?
I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on it because I've seen a couple TikToks of her in the courtroom, and I do think she is kind of requesting special treatment. I mean, like, there was a camera pointed at her, and they moved the camera so that it wasn't on her because it was making her uncomfortable or whatever. But the whole Johnny Depp trial, the camera was, like, right up in his face, and, like, he didn't get whatever. But also, the fact that she's countersuing him for only $1, though, that's, like, part of the reason why I'm thinking, like, oh, maybe he actually did do it.
Yeah.
And she's just trying to save face. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
We're going to go for a quick break, but when we come back, our first reporter, Natalia Hillen, is here to tell us about what couple kind of called it quits.
Regular physical activity is one of the most important things you can do for your health. The benefits of physical activity include brain health, weight management, reducing disease, strengthening your bones and muscles, and improving your ability to do everyday activities. So, it's time to get up and be active.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Thanks for hearing me out, bro.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Welcome back. Next up, we have Natalia Hillen here to tell us about what celebrity couple is officially on a break. Nat?
Thanks, Miss Alexus. Well, EO peeps, it's official. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are currently taking some time apart on a break. According to Us Weekly, a source said the on and off couple is on a break but still in contact. The couple got engaged in January of 2022, but sources say they have not set a wedding date and they will not be anytime soon. According to Us Weekly, quote, they have stalled wedding planning to work on their issues. Their relationship is pretty volatile at the moment, and they are currently off but still texting each other. The relationship all started when they started mingling on the movie set of Midnight on the Switchgrass and got together in 2020. And the relationship issues were speculated just before the big game in February. Us Weekly says, quote, they attended a party 2 days before the big game, but Fox flew home before her fiance's scheduled performance the following evening. Megan and MGK were in Arizona when an insider said they had a big fight, which caused her to leave. Later that weekend, Fox posted a photo on Instagram that was deleted and captioned it from Beyoncé's 2016 album Lemonade, quote, you can taste the dishonesty. It's all over your breath, end quote. After this, people were speculating that Kelly cheated on Fox, but later Megan denied the rumors that there was any cheating involved. She posted on Instagram, quote, there has been no third-party interference in this relationship of any kind. That includes but is not limited to actual humans, DMs, AI bots, or succubus demons, end quote. The love is still there for MGK and Fox as they are working through their relationship issues. I hope they can have a positive breakthrough soon.
Thanks, Nat. Next up, we have Jill Musser here to talk about what TikToker is doing a live show next. Jill?
Thanks, Hannah. It's been over 365 days of being a girl for TikToker Dylan Mulvaney. The the trans star decided to celebrate their 1-year anniversary of her Days of Girlhood series. Since her first day of transitioning, Dylan has decided to post daily updates on her life as a girl. This included her consultation on facial feminization surgery on day 172, discussing trans issues with President Joe Biden on day 222, and even hiking in heels on day 87. The series, with billions of views and millions of followers, later celebrated with a special variety show. On March 13th at the Rainbow Room in New York City, Dylan hosted her Day 365 live show. Fans could watch the live stream performance for $5. All proceeds from tickets went to supporting the Trevor Project. The Rainbow Room was invitation only, with an audience of family, friends, trans youth from the Trevor Project, and other trans and queer content creators. Mulvaney told People magazine, quote, "This will be my first time that I'm back on stage, but in my proper gender identity," end quote. Along with Dylan, the show included performances from Rachel Beauchamp, Renee Rapp, LaMorgan Lee, Sis, and Queer Eye's Jonathan Van Ness, leading a dating segment. The show included an emotional performance from Mulvaney herself, performing Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill. She sat down with Drew Barrymore on her show to discuss her transitioning journey, explaining, quote, "I think the greatest weapon that I can contribute in trans joy and comedy, in talking about hard subjects and really intricate moments of a transition, and try to let everybody in to see that I'm not a monster. I'm not somebody that is trying to do anything but be myself," end quote. If you missed her show, do not fret, for it is still available to be purchased for streaming. Dylan was present today in Pittsburgh visiting Pitt campus in order to kick off their Pride Week. Now back to Miss Alexus at the desk.
Thanks, Jill. Next up, our reporter in Disney World, Jordan Green, is here to tell us about what old fireworks show is coming back. Jordan?
Hello from Florida, EO Peeps. I'm currently a cast member here at Walt Disney World in Florida, so I am here to give you all of your Disney news updates. Now, for a while now, since the 50th anniversary started, they've had a fireworks show at Magic Kingdom called Enchantment. Before Enchantment, it was a show called Happily Ever After, which ran for many years until the 50th anniversary started, and then they changed it to Enchantment. When Enchantment first opened, it was getting a lot of backlash from guests saying it wasn't as good as Happily Ever After, and they wished they would just change the show back. But what the guests didn't know was that Enchantment was only temporary. The 50th anniversary will be coming to an end on March 31st, and Disney announced Happily Ever After will be the main fireworks show once again after the 50th anniversary ends. They had a cast preview for the show the other night, and what is amazing about Happily Ever After coming back was that they updated it. What made Enchantment stand out so much was that they added projections to the buildings on Main Street, so it was kind of like you got a show no matter where you stood. And that wasn't a thing before Enchantment happened, and now they've added that to Happily Ever After. At the end of Happily Ever After, there is kind of like a church glass projection on the castle with different characters like Woody and Cinderella and Moana, and now on the buildings, there's those same church glass images, but with new characters from Encanto, Coco, all kinds of stuff. So if you're planning a trip to Magic Kingdom, Happily Ever After will be shared to the public on April 3rd and beyond. It will be Happily Ever After from that point forward every single night at Magic Kingdom at 8:15. So if you're planning a trip, I highly recommend seeing that show. It is so magical. There's a song by Jordan Fisher that just makes you feel like you're in Disney. You know what I mean? And Tinkerbell flies out of the castle. It is so much fun for kids and adults. I'm very excited about it. I couldn't go to the cast preview, so I'm very excited. I'll be right there with you on April 3rd, ready to watch Tinkerbell fly out of that castle to the song Happily Ever After. So that is all I have for you for now. Be sure to check back again next week for EOP, and I hope everybody has a magical weekend.
Thanks, Jordan. Don't go anywhere, because after the break, Miss Alexis will be playing a game of Guess That Movie with our EOP cast. Hey!
Good evening and welcome to News Night. My name is Craig Furkowski.
Tonight, we'll cover all your international, national, and local news.
Australia is one of the most biodiverse countries on the planet. Over 8,000 items are to be auctioned off at Pittsburgh International Airport on October 22nd.
Last Thursday, the House committee investigating the January 6th attack chose to subpoena former President Donald Trump. All this and more coming up on Newsnight.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to Entertainment on Point. I'm your host, Miss Alexus, and today I am joined with my lovely EOP cast. For tonight's free segment, we will be playing Name That Movie. I will give the cast clues on the movie, and they will have to raise their hand to guess what movie it is. Are you guys ready?
I sure hope so.
Of course. Perfect. Okay. So, whoever raises their hand the fastest is who I'm going to pick on, okay? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first clue is, it's a young boy and his grandpa tour a magical candy factory that have Oompa Loompas. Ooh, dang.
I know that I'll be honest, I wasn't the first one, so.
Dang.
I screamed, so you know what?
I think I'm going to go with Joe. Like,
Oh, okay. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, yes. Good job. Yes. Like, I literally seen Joe, like, as soon as I seen
Shut up
her.
my hand.
Mine was really late.
Okay.
I was like,
Dang,
I got
need
excited.
another
I got
person on here
excited.
to, like, help me judge. Okay, ready? Next one. Okay, I'm going to look. A daughter and mother received fortune cookies. Ooh, Aaron.
Freaky Friday.
Yep, good job.
I love Lindsay Lohan. Don't even get me started.
Good
She's in her
job.
prime right now.
She is.
Okay, next one. Location is Paris. And there's an animal that hides in a chef's hat.
Ratatouille.
Yep, there you go. Good job.
Dang,
Oh, okay.
The-
So point for Jill, point for Aaron, and point for Jules. Natalia.
What are you doing?
She just want to rock. That's what she wants to do. Okay.
You rock bottom with points.
Okay, you know what? He's coming for you, so now that means you got to shut him up and get points.
You're going now.
Okay.
Because that's ridiculous.
Okay, ready? The next one, Neverland. Aaron.
Peter Pan.
Good job.
I'm
2
just
for
kinda
Aaron.
here.
Okay.
Just chilling with movies.
Robot picks up Natalie.
Wall-E.
Yeah!
Wall-E.
I have two.
Okay.
I almost said iRobot.
Okay. This one, you have to like really, really think about it.
Okay.
It's a fairy godmother, and she has a godchild, and she gives the godchild a gift. And that gift is she has to obey everything that she is told.
Ella Enchanted?
Oh my gosh, Aaron.
I love that movie.
Oh my gosh.
I am.
I was going to say Cinderella. So I was going to be like the Cinderella story.
No, you had me until you said she has to say whatever she wants. I was like, Ella Enchanted.
I don't know if
Aaron,
I know that. No.
you know what?
That's awesome.
It's called
yeah.
culture.
She's got good job,
Oh,
Aaron.
okay.
Culture.
Aaron,
own
like,
it
oh my gosh, I love that movie. I
I
watched
love
it
that movie.
at least 30,000
Dude,
times.
the Red Ninja Knights, you can't beat it.
Don't go breaking my heart.
Yes!
Okay. Okay, this is bonus. Whoever gets this is an extra 3 points.
Oh. So it's a win at all.
So it's I don't know, Aaron, you gotta make sure you're on your game. I'm gonna say 2 words.
Okay.
Ready? Radiator Springs. Aaron.
Cars!
Yes!
I got too excited.
She got too excited.
I got too excited. I love cars.
Good job, Aaron. job, Aaron.
Aaron's the winner.
Nice, Aaron.
Good job, Aaron.
Good job, Aaron.
That's a wrap on this week's episode. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Entertainment On Point, and we'll see you next week.